in the outfield. So I hope you're enjoying it, and thank you for joining us here on the SVI Sports Network. Lisa has got the other headset on. She's going to be doing the producing and chipping in when she can, because that's a big job. And I'll be doing the stats and doing the play-by-play. And we're ready for baseball. It's senior night, last home game of the year for the Bear Lake Bears. And there's only one senior, so let's talk about him for a minute. Jace Transtrom, the only senior on the squad, and he's currently injured. He took a ball to the wrist a couple weeks ago in a game, and he has not been able to play since then. He told me while he was getting ready for his senior night festivities that he does plan on his hope is he can be practicing again by Monday, so he'll be able to be part of the district tournament, which comes up next week, this being the final. Well, technically there is one more home game, but because it was a reschedule, they continued with the plan to do senior night tonight. Even though they do have a game tomorrow morning versus Marsh Valley, they decided it was easier to do the senior night on the regularly scheduled game instead of the makeup game. But he hopes to be playing starting next week for the district tournament. He's the normal starting catcher, and that's especially important when Dax Perkins pitches, because Dax is the other catcher. The two of them kind of split the duties back there, and when Dax pitches without Jace behind the plate, that puts it to a freshman who's done well. Mason Bloxham, if you're listening, Mason's done very well. No criticism of him, but when you have the opportunity to have a senior behind the plate, it's always a good thing. So Jace Transtrom, the son of Todd and Lisa Transtrom, he's been playing baseball since the first grade. He watched his three brothers go through the program. He's been a big part of the program. He would like to think Coach Craig Culver was the one he gave a shout-out to, the coach that just retired the last year and was replaced by Coach Cameron Crane in his first year. So congratulations to Jace Transtrom. I asked him his plans after high school. He said doesn't have any.
None.
And if you don't, Jace, that's he's a great kid, though, and he will figure it out because he's a good young man. I've enjoyed having him in class this year, and we've known his family for years. So congratulations, Jace, and good luck to him. And good luck to the rest of Bear Lake baseball as the team's taking the field out there. Jack Hume, the junior, will be on the mound. Dax Perkins in behind the plate. Carlisle, Feller, Yoshimura, and Roberts as you go around the infield. And Wolstenhume, Ewing, and Wood in the outfield today for the Bear Lake Bears. Leadoff hitter for the Snake River Panthers is Christensen. He's going to be their catcher today when they come up on defense, and he'll be the leadoff hitter. So we've done the national anthem. We've done the senior night stuff. These two teams, this is a big game. These two teams, one of them will be second in the district, one of them will be third. But and that doesn't matter as far as the standings because they'll play each other in the first round. Why it matters and why I say it's a big game is they do play each other in the first round. If the Bears can get this win, it's bragging rights. It's hey, we got the most recent win. It's the momentum because the district tournament starts next Thursday in Marsh Valley. 1 plays 4 and 2 plays 3. We have all the tiebreakers with American Falls, so as long as Bear Lake and American Falls split the head-to-head, but Bear Lake has all the tiebreakers, and especially if they were to win this game, it would end that discussion altogether. So American Falls is pretty securely is the number 4 team. Marsh Valley has locked in as the number 1 team, and so that leaves these two teams to decide who's 2 and 3. In Snake River, the Panthers won by a single run, 7-6. And the Bears hoping to return the favor, get the win here today at home in this Friday afternoon. Move the start time up to 1 o'clock. And it's bright and sunny out there, just windy. And the wind has calmed down for a minute. Still blowing pretty good, but not as bad as it was. Here's the first pitch. Hume to Christensen. And that was low for ball 1.
If the sun doesn't wake you up, the wind will today, right?
Yeah, it's a breezy one out there. So here's the 1-0 pitch from Hume to Christensen, the leadoff hitter for the Snake River Panthers. And it's high. So he missed the first one low and missed the second one high. Both of them right down the middle. Christensen being very patient Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's in there for a called strike, outside corner. Beautiful pitch. He got it down low that time at the waist for the strike zone and then put it on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. This is the leadoff batter, so 0-0 on your Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare, you can count on them to care. Visit them at blmhospital.com. Hume ready. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be fouled off. Counts even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good pitch.
And the communication system, we got all modern and techie here. The catcher wears an earpiece, and the coach, Coach Crane in this case, has a microphone and an earpiece strapped to his head. And there's a line drive to second base, 1 hop to Feller. He's up and to first base in time for out number 1. So the hard ground ball turns into an out at first. Nice defensive play by Keller moving to his left to scoop that up. So the coach can just tell the catcher, hey, I want an inside fastball. I want a high fastball. He doesn't have to worry about the other team stealing signs anymore. And I'm talking to, as that's a call, a swing and a miss, talking to the coaches before, they said it's made a lot of difference, especially the ones I've talked to specifically are on the softball side of things. They say as that ball is taken high and in for ball 1. When they can say, not just call it an inside fastball, they can say, hey, I want this like way inside. I don't want to give him a pitch to hit, or way outside, or I want it in the dirt. Don't give him a pitch to hit right here. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Hume dealing well so far, pitching quickly. He's 8 pitches in. He's already got 1 out, and he's ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes to David, the center fielder in the number 2 spot for Snake River today. And the outfield is going to have their work cut out for him, and that one just misses for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Anything hit high in the air is going to move. That wind is whipping out there, coming straight in down the first base line. Struck him out, swing and a miss. There's a Yusei Phillips 66 strikeout. Yusei Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure. Live to the full.
Live to the full.
That was a beautiful pitch there by Hume. Outside corner fastball. Threw it past him for out number 2. Preston Wheatley now, the shortstop, coming into the box for Snake River as the number 3 hitter with nobody on. 2 outs now in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the first pitch. That one's just low for ball 1. I was harassing Coach Crane for moving the game up earlier because him and I had something else going on this morning, and it put us in a crunch on that. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Ooh, just outside. 2 balls now and no strikes. But I'm actually grateful, and hopefully you are too, because that means we get to bring you the softball game as well. And that one's way outside. Ball 3. 3-0 now the count. Hume retired the first 2 batters. And now he's falling behind 3-0 on the 3rd batter. And his teammate's playing keep away from him out there. Perkins threw it over his head, and Yoshimura almost threw it over his head again, throwing it back to him. Here is the 3-0 pitch. And he missed. Not getting that outside corner call. That's what he wanted there. And a 4-pitch walk delivered to Wheatley. And this brings up Gillens, the designated hitter, as he steps in the box now with a runner at first base and 2 out. As that last one didn't miss by much. Outside corner pitch, but missed by just enough.
Oh, that one looked good. I don't know.
I'm guessing high, because that was definitely down the middle. We have a good view as far as the plate is concerned. We don't have a great view
of the height
up and down. And there goes the runner. The throw is not going to be in time. It's going to bounce away from Yoshimura, but Feller is quickly over there to pick it up. And ball 2 and a stolen base. It was Wheatley steals second. So now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs and a 2-0 count. So Hume's got to be careful here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Pitch.
Nice pitch to get back into the count. Now it's 2 balls and a strike. Hume looking the runner back at second. That's Wheatley, who reached on a walk and then stole. And here's a foul ball. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes. And just like that, the Bears are 1 pitch from getting out of the inning. Hume looks at Wheatley at second. Delivers to home, misses outside and high, full count. A walk here would put a couple people on for Hans, who's coming up next. And not sure exactly where Hans is playing because they listed 2 second basemen on the roster. So not sure which one he is.
Seems to be the theme of the day.
Coach Crane did that as well, but I knew on that case because Carlisle has played first base all year. Here's the 3-2 pitch again to Hans. And that's high. That was to Gillens. And it is Hans coming to the plate. Looks like he's going to be hitting from the left side. Wearing number 14. So now runners at first and second after retiring the first 2 batters. Hume has walked the second 2. And that one's inside. That one I can see clearly. It was right on the chalk of the batter's box. So he missed by 4 inches. Exactly 4 inches because I could see it from here. So 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. Throw it to second, not in time. And we'll have the 1-0 pitch coming up. Wheatley and Gillens, the base runners. Hans, the batter. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Great pitch.
That was an off speed, and the bottom just dropped right out from underneath it and left Hans swinging at air. A good pitch like that can make a great batter look like they don't know what they're doing. Here's the 1-2. It's fouled off. Oh, the 1-1 pitch is fouled off. Again, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hume now, for the second batter in the row, has gotten to 1 pitch to get out of the inning. A ground ball, a strikeout, and 2 walks is how we get to this point. And there is a line drive. It's going to go into center field. A run will score, and the throw is going to come into second base. And they nearly got the runner at second as Gillens had to dive back. So a base hit, line drive, single into center field. Scores Wheatley from second. Gillens does not advance. So the runner still at first and second now with a run in. 2-out rally here. Those 2 walks, did not miss by much right there. And Coach Crane was saying, hey, where's that ball? And I think he got the indication that it was outside. Here's the 1-0 pitch. 2-0. Small strike zone today, which could be great for the Bears batters as well when they come up to the plate. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Strike, called strike on that one. That's that low outside corner, hard pitch to hit. Great throw right there by Hume. Here's the 2-1, foul back 2-2. So that walk to Wheatley, he came around to score. The walk to Gillens, he's at second base. Hans, with the only player to put a bat on the ball so far in the game, is at first. Swing and a miss, that's going to strike him out. That'll end the inning. They only get 1, but they do manage a 1 on a 2-out rally. Snake River leads at 1-0. The Bears coming to the plate right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
Welcome to the bottom of the first inning. Bears gave up one on a couple walks and a line drive single into center field. And talk about wind. I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but as that ball flew to the outfield, it moved probably 10 feet side to side. It looked like it was headed to the right center field gap, and it actually curved right back into dead center right at Tate Ewing out there by the time it hit the ground, and it wasn't that high off the ground, so it'd be interesting what's going to happen. I would say that probably the most dangerous play in this game is going to be an infield pop fly, one of those just flies and soars clear up there in the sky. Those are hard sometimes anyway, and in this wind, it could move a good 10, 15 feet, so we'll see how that goes.
Makes it really difficult for an outfielder to try to read where that ball's going to land.
So Dax Perkins, the sophomore that's playing catcher today, stepping in the box for the leadoff hitter of the game for the Bear Lake Bears. And that's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Carson Wheeler, who's not hitting today, he's just out there throwing the ball as the pitcher. Misses outside. That was that same pitch that Coach Crane wanted as a strike several times on for his pitcher. Doesn't get it right there. So it's ball one strike. And that one's low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Perkins. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 your score. Snake River leads it. Wheeler the pitcher, Christensen the catcher. He was the leadoff hitter that grounded out as that one's fouled back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Perkins settles in the box. Wheeler delivers. And that's a line drive into left field. It's going to hit the grass. And it's going to be down for a lead-off single. Just reached out. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just put it in play. Got the line drive into left field for the single. Kawamura out there in left field fields it. And that brings Yoshimura, the Bear Lake shortstop, to the plate with a runner at first. Let's see if he's going to try to bunt him over. He does. He lays down a beauty of a bunt. And by the time the catcher gets it, he goes to first.
Oh.
Got him.
But he did his job.
Yeah, sacrifice bunt. That was close. That was a beauty of a bunt by Yoshimura. Rolled it right down the first base line. Tough play for the catcher. He makes the play, but Perkins advances.
That was close.
That was very close.
Got some wheels underneath him there.
Christensen got it to Jorgensen just in time, but Perkins does advance, and that brings Jack Hume to the plate now with the runner in scoring position, and he is going to do nothing because it's foul. Just foul. That was a great hit down the left field line. Without any wind, that one probably stays fair.
Yep.
To be honest, because it was only fouled by 9 feet down there in left field. Without this wind, that probably stays fair. Jack Hume pulled that one right down the left field line. So 0-1 is your count. But Hume takes inside now for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. 1-0 Snake River lead over the Bear Lake Bears. Perkins, your runner at second. Hume in the batter's box. Here's the 1-1 pitch, taken down and out for ball 2, down and away for ball 2. Good eye. That was a curveball that started in the strike zone. Hume was patient with it, let it dive its way out of the zone. Here is the 2-1 pitch, 3-1 now. Nice stop back there by Christensen, or that one would have made it to the screen, and Perkins would have been standing at third. Hume probably got a green light here with 3-1. In fact, this is one where you swing for the fences. They always talk about the 3-1 swing because you got a pitch to give. So you sit on your pitch, and if it comes, the one you wanted, you give it everything you got, and hopefully you can drive it into a gap. So here's the 3-1. And Hume is going to walk. Held back. That was a check swing on the inside pitch, and he held back. Brings Tyken Carlisle to the plate as the cleanup hitter today.
He's a good kid.
He is playing down at first base. And he's going to rip it into left field. That run will score. Perkins rounds third. Hume will have to stay at second. And Tyken Carlisle delivers with the RBI. A line drive right between the third base and shortstop. Nobody had any shot at that one, especially because the shortstop is cheating towards second to try to stop the stolen base. And the RBI single from the lead, from Carlisle, the cleanup hitter, and that brings Rylan Woolstenhume, who's going to play right field, to the plate. He takes outside corner for strike one. Woolstenhume had a pretty good hit in the game the other day. And he has a chance to deliver right here with Jack Hume down at second. Bears have already got 2 base hits and a walk in this one. Fouled it back, so it's now 0-2. So give Yoshimura an assist on that hockey assist. He's the one that got the runner to second base by sacrificing for Dax. Ooh, just missed. Good eye there by Woolstenhume. That's one with in an 0-2 count you probably swing at. He let it go, and it was the right choice. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes with an out. Base hit, probably scores a run, and he stays alive, fouls that one off. That was a breaking ball that was to the outside corner. Woolstenhume just got enough of a bat on it to stay alive. We'll do the 1-2 pitch over again. Here's the pitch, and he's going to fly it high, deep right field. Long run for the right fielder. And I say deep right field, and it ended up being right on the dirt. That was a heck of a run for Goodwin. And that's what the wind will do. That would have been an easier play for the second baseman, Hans. But instead, Goodwin came all the way in and made the play. And Tate Ewing, the center fielder, the junior, now coming to the plate to see if the Bears can take the lead here with the runner at second base. He takes outside, ball 1. So the Bears have tied it up. They'd love to take the lead here in the bottom of the first. Snake River did it down a 2-out rally. The Bears have done it 1 base at a time, and Ewing fouls that one back. Lead off single, bunt, walk, single, and that's how the Bears have got their 1 run. And Hume was going on the throw, easy into third base with the stolen base, but it's a called strike. And now Hume down at third. Carlisle still at first. And Ewing steps in there with a 1 ball, 2 strike count with 2 outs. Now a base hit definitely scores a run. And Carlisle still second. The throw hits him. The shortstop is able to get the ball in a hurry. Otherwise, Hume would have scored because it looked like that ball was going to go into center field. But when it bounced off Carlisle, it came right back to the shortstop. So the stolen base, and it's now a 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 runners in scoring position. Now a single could score 2. Ewing the batter.
What's he going to call?
He struck him out.
I think he was trying
That's
to
a
decide.
slow call. It was inside fastball. It was high and inside, but he said it got just enough. That was a slow call, but he finally called it. And that's a Yusei Phillips 66 strikeout to end the inning. The Bears strand 2 in scoring position, but they get 1 on the Carlisle single, and we're tied at 1 after 1 inning. We'll be back with the second right after this on the SBI Sports Network.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, safety is our top priority, not just for our employees, but for their families too. Our commitment extends beyond the workplace as we proudly support and contribute to the local community in meaningful ways. We're more than just a mine. We're a pillar of strength for those who live here. Discover how we make a difference at Simplot.com. Join us in fostering a safer, stronger community. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine.
My name is Benjamin Bozen. I am a family medicine physician. I really enjoy providing care to the whole family, from newborns to elderly care. I like athletes and sports medicine, and then I also do osteopathic manipulative therapy, which is a hands-on treatment. My ultimate goal is to be your advocate and to help you have the best life that you can have, to help you achieve your goals.
You're back.
Both teams send 6 batters to the plate. Both teams score 1 run in the first inning. So we start over as we start the second. Might as well be 0-0 as the first pitch by Barron, the third baseman, is fouled off. 2 base hits for the Bears, just 1 base hit for the Snake River Panthers, but they both had the same result with a runner at second base when those hits came. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Low for ball 1. Coach Cameron Crane did not like that strike 3 call. Had a little bit of a discussion with the home plate umpire. But it is what it is, and there's the swing and a miss for strike 2. So Hume, who was stranded at third when that inning ended, is now up 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ooh, just high. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Hume still has a pitch to work with. To Barron, hitting number 7 in the order today. Outside, just missed. Full count. So let's see what Hume and Barron do with the full count. Hume delivers. Oh, ball 4. Low and inside. Not sure which one. It could have been a strike one way or the other, but it definitely wasn't a strike both ways, so he draws the walk. 3 walks now given up on the game by Hume. One of those did come in to score. That was Wheatley that walked with 2 out back in the first. This is Goodwin, the right fielder, who made that long run to retire Ryland Woolstenhume.
Did he call that a ball?
I'm not sure where that one was. That was ball 1. It had to be low because it was definitely right down the middle.
Wow, okay.
So he must have called it low. Throw over not in time. And Barron dives back. So 1 ball, no strikes. With nobody out and a runner at first. That one's high for ball 2. So far the home plate umpire doesn't like him low. That was right down the middle. Got to call that one, and he did. It's now 2 balls and a strike. Barron looks down to his coach at third base for the call. Now steps out of the box. Goodwin at first got there via the walk. Barron at first got there via the walk. Goodwin, the batter. Kawamura, the right fielder, on deck. And there's a ground ball, and it's going to be gobbled up by Tyken Carlisle. I keep putting the first and last name together. Tyken Carlisle at first base. He steps on his bag to retire the runner and get the out at first base. Barron now at second, and Kawamura, the left fielder, is the batter now with one out, but a runner in scoring position. Kawamura shows bunt, takes strike one, and the runner's not going. So 1 ball, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second. Kawamura, the hitting in the 9 spot, the batter. Doesn't show bunt this time, and that's got to be low. We can't see the low pitch, how low it is from our angle, but we know it was right down the middle. That's what we know. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second, 1-1 ball game. Foul ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here in the bottom top of the second inning, and this like I said, important game in the sense of it would secure the number 3 spot no matter what. Bear Lake would be in front of American Falls, and I think they are anyway via the tiebreaker. But this would end it as that ball gets away from Perkins. He'll go down to third, not in time. So the passed ball, which is a ball to make the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the runner Barron now down at third. And that makes it a little bit more complicated because you got to be extra careful with that runner at third. Now even a deep fly ball scores a run. You don't need a base hit. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Called strike on the outside corner. For out number 2, another You Save Phillips 66 strikeout. You Save Phillips 66. Live to the full, where your convenience is our pleasure. Christensen, who grounded out to second base to start the game, now the batter, and he takes outside in the dirt, ball 1. Great stop there by Dax Perkins with the backhand that saved a run because Barron would have scored from third base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And it's a pop fly. It's into right field. It's going to be foul. Way too far over there. That's another one that maybe stays in play for Wolstenholme to get it over there by the fence on a calm day. But that wind is blowing hard.
Yep.
The flag, I can see the flag at the high school from here, and it is straight out. And it's going to knock everything down and push it if it gets in the air. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Again, must have been low. Ball 2. So 2-1 is the count. Here is the 2-1 pitch. Foul. It's another fly ball, same thing. I think it's going to be the same result. It is just a foul ball down the right field line. And it's 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Second inning, top of the second inning on the Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. 1-1 score. Here's the 2-2 pitch.
Ooh.
And that ball is to the backstop. But Barron decides not to come home. So just full count now. As nice hustle there by Dax Perkins. He was up and to that ball very quickly. And Barron probably made the right choice by staying at third base. And so we got a full count here. Here's the pitch. In the dirt for ball 4. And these aren't like super low. I shouldn't say in the dirt. It hit right in front of Perkins. It's not hitting the ground before it gets to the plate, so he's not missing low by much. David struck out in his first at bat with runners now at first and third. With 2 out, Perkins letting the defense know what they're going to do in case the runner decides to go. Do you throw and try to get him out? Do you have a play to try to draw Barron from third base? What are you going to do here with 1 first and third? And you're going to have nothing because neither runner was going, and it's just a called strike on a beautiful pitch by Jack Hume. David, the center fielder at the plate. Barron, who got there on a walk down at third, swing and a miss for strike two, and the Bears will let the runner Christensen advance.
This young man at the plate right now is the grandson of Steve and Chris Higgins.
There you go.
Some local
And
ties.
oh, just missed. Coach Crane thought he had the inning-ending strikeout. Yeah, this is the one that we've teased his mother a couple times that he'd look really good in Bear Lake Blue. Here's the 1-2 pitch, missed outside from that one, 2-2 now. And he is, I think, a junior playing center field. We've talked to Tessa a couple times. It is Tessa.
No, Sari.
Sari, a couple times.
Yeah. Tessa's son is a senior wrestler.
That's right. I knew we saw them up at a state tournament somewhere. Yeah. So here's the 3-2 pitch now, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field, and it's going to be just fair. Wolstenhume knocks it down, but it gets away from him, and 2 runs will score on the double by David. And that was a long run there by Wolstenhume. He made the diving attempt at it, kept it in front of him, but it bounced off of his chest and into foul territory. And the 2-run double, the 2-out hit, and there's a called strike on the outside corner now to Wheatley, who walked his first at bat.
You think about the 2 hits out to Wolstenhume earlier that because of the wind were pushed out. That probably was what he was expecting to happen again.
And another called strike, so 0-2 to Wheatley. And the 2-out hit, again, coming in clutch. And 3 straight pitches and a strikeout, the swing and a miss. And the USAV Phillips 66 strikeout ends the inning, but not before David comes through with the clutch 2-out double into right field. And the Snake River Panthers lead your Bear Lake Bears by a score of 3-1. We'll be back with the bottom of the second right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Trevor Jacobson. I'm a family practice provider here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. After graduating high school at Bear Lake High School, I went to BYU, Idaho to play baseball. After a year, went on an LDS mission to Chile. Ended up going to medical school at the University of Utah. Did family practice in Salt Lake City. Worked in Hawaii for a time, and then back here when this job opened up. Being able to practice back here has always been a dream. I've been working here at the hospital for almost 10 years. What I like about family practice is you get to see a little bit of everything. And in a rural setting, you get to do a lot of things that you don't normally get to do. My passion's spending time with my family, particularly outdoors. A lot of whitewater rafting in the summer, snow skiing in the winter. What makes me feel good at the end of the day is just connecting with my patients. We look forward to seeing you and taking care of you.
The Bears trail it at the bottom of the second inning, 3-1 after the 2-out rally on the double by David to score a couple. And Dax Wood, the left fielder, will be the hitter to try to start things off for the Bears in the second, who have that small deficit to overcome. And Hume struck out the final batter of the inning, but just great hitting. It was more great hitting by David than anything right there to score those 2 runs. So the Bears have had a chance. They've had 2 outs and no runs in both innings, and then given up runs with 2 outs in both innings. Wood will be the batter, and Wheeler gave up 2 hits, but only 1 run back in the first inning. Faced 6 batters, 21 pitches. We'll keep an eye on the pitch count for these guys. They get 110 pitches as the starting pitcher is their pitch count. So we'll keep an eye on that. Still early in the game, though. Wood steps in. Wheeler set to deliver. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball folding. Dropped out of the zone. We saw Hume do that to one of the Snake River batters earlier in the game. That's a nasty pitch when you can throw it in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Wheeler. He could not hold back. Calls the check swing as a swing and a miss. So just like that, leadoff hitter Wood is down 0-2. Dax Perkins led off the first with a single, and Wood's going to strike out. Gets away from the catcher. He comes up to first in time for the out. So the 3-pitch strikeout, the Yusei Phillips 66 strikeout, live to the full, where your convenience is our pleasure. Yusei Phillips 66 starts the inning, and the Bears will have to do some damage with an out on the board with nobody on. Carson Feller, the second baseman, who made a good defensive play on the first pitch of the game, that was a little ground ball to him, is now the batter. He had to move to his left to make the play. Did a good job of it. And it's down 0-1 after that foul ball. Here's the 0-1, and he's going to foul that one back to the screen, right straight at us, 0-2. Now the count. Wheeler working quickly in this inning. He's only thrown 5 pitches. They've all been strikes. Here's the 0-2. 2 batters, 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts, as there's a swing and a miss by Feller, and that brings up Cameron Roberts, who's playing third base today. The junior third baseman, hitting in the number 9 spot for the Bears. It was the number 9 hitter that came around to score in that last inning. Let's see what Roberts can, for the Panthers, let's see what Roberts can do, and he takes outside for ball 1. In the game we did in American Falls, last time we saw Roberts at the plate was in American Falls, and he had a pretty good hit. Let's see what he can do here with 2 outs. Bears need a 2-out rally. He swings and misses. That one got fooled. He was off balance. He was about to step back thinking it was going to be inside. Decided he better swing because it was going to come back over the plate. And it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Roberts skies this one. It's going to get out of play. Over there behind the Bear Lake dugout in foul territory, right down about third base. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that was one that when it came off the bat, I thought that might be a pop-up to the shortstop, and by the time it landed, it was almost in the other field. That wind, anything in the air, that wind is moving. Roberts takes that one inside. That was an off-speed pitch that just stayed inside. He took it, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one off to stay alive, and we'll do it again. It took 6 pitches to retire the first 2 batters. Roberts has already faced 5 pitches. Here's pitch number 6 to him. And it's a swing and a miss. That will be the end of the inning with another Yusei Phillips 66 strikeout. That was a nice pitch. Again, that breaking ball that fell out of the zone. Roberts couldn't catch up to it. The Bears go in order in the bottom of the second. Trey Gillens will be the batter for the Snake River Panthers when we come back in the top of the third after this on the SVI Sports Network.
I'm John Pym, Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine, DO. Interacting with wonderful people every day, being able to maybe make a small impact in their lives for good. I don't think that life gets any better than that. I am really excited to be here practicing in Bear Lake and be a good source for you and your family to take care of your healthcare needs.
Bear Lake High School sports on SVI are presented by Gary H. Tusher, CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll. Mountain Valley Dental, creating healthy smiles for Bear Lake Valley and beyond. Lenhart Distributing, proud to support the Bears. Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Southeast Idaho Steel, locally produced steel signs and fixtures. And Sampson's Island Grill at 253 South 4th Street in Montpelier.
Bears trail at 3-1 after 2 innings. The Snake River Panthers have managed 2 straight innings of 2-out rallies, and that's why they lead by a score of 2-1. The Bears went in order in their half of the second inning. And here we go with inning number 3. Hume on the mound still. He has thrown 60 pitches through 2 innings. So at that rate, he's got about 2 more innings in him. But he'd like to get out of this one a little bit more quickly. He's been able to retire the first 2 batters both times. Here's Gillens in the box. Strike 1, called strike on the outside corner. Gillens, the designated hitter today, he walked in his first at-bat. That was part of that 2-out rally. Then right after him, another called strike outside corner. Right after him was the 2-out single that scored a run. Now he's saying he's called them both strikes, but then he just indicated it was 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's got it as 2-1.
I think it looked like he called a strike. You and me and the person running the scoreboard thought he said strike on that second pitch, but he might have been saying
He must have been
outside.
saying it was outside.
Yeah.
Because now he's indicated 3 balls and a strike. And here we go. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that one's fouled off, so it's 3-2. Yeah, he definitely pointed to his right, but he must have been saying outside. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it's going to be a foul ball. We'll do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. 3-1 ball game with the Snake River Panthers in the lead here in the top of the 3rd inning on your Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare, where you can count on them to care. Visit them at blmhospital.com. Here is the full count pitch from Hume. Fouled off, and we'll do it again. Here's another 3-2 pitch from Hume to Gillens. Got him out, struck him out, swinging. So in the end, that doesn't matter. The mix-up on the pitch, the balls and strikes doesn't matter. It's a you-save. Phillips 66 strikeout. You-save. Phillips 66. Live to the full where your convenience is our pleasure. So now, stepping in the batter's box, it's Hans, the second baseman. He takes inside for ball 1. He is the one that drove in the runner back in the first inning with the 2-out single to center field to give the Panthers at the time a 1-0 lead. That one's outside for ball 1, outside to the lefty. And it's 2-0. Hans, the only one in that first inning to put a bat on the ball. The other 2 base runners reached on walks. 3-0 is your count. That one must have been high. Got to wait sometimes for the signal, because some of these pitches, it's easy to figure out what they are. Others, you never know, and that's a 4-pitch walk right there. So Hans draws the 1-out walk. And this brings Jorgensen to the plate. Jorgensen in his first at-bat struck out to end the first inning after the single scored a run. And now the throw over to first base to try to pick off Hans gets away from Carlisle. So Hans into second base. And just like that, he's in scoring position without them having to throw a pitch, because Jorgensen had stepped in. They tried to pick him off. The pickoff throw gets away. And just like that, runner in scoring position now with 1 out. And that's going to be a ground ball single. Carlisle will scoop it up. He'll take it himself, retire, get the out at first. The runner does advance to third, Tyken Carlisle. That's why you stay with it. That was a hard hit ground ball right at him. Kind of gobbled him up, but he kept it in front of him, hustled over the first base, gets the out, and there's 2 outs now, and Barron, the batter. Was that a strike?
That's what he called, I think.
That's
what
the signal
scorekeeper and I both put.
Swing and a miss there. That one, there's no doubt. And that's the same exact signal he gave that, and then eventually it was a ball. So Barron walked his first at-bat. He steps out of the box. Runner at third is Hans, who reached on a walk. Batter. A nice stop there by Perkins, who'll throw down to third. But Hans gets back. And that one was a ball. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at third. 3-1 ball game here in the top of the third. Just misses outside right there. 2-2. Evens the count. So here's Hume set to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Oh, got him out. Struck him out outside corner. Called strike. Used a Phillips 66 strikeout. Ends the inning, and the Bears will come to the plate trailing 3-1 right after this on the SBI Sports Network.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, it's not only about mining phosphate for production of crop nutrients that support western U.S. farmers and ranchers. It's about supporting our employees, neighbors, and local communities and their families. From providing quality competitive jobs to being an active partner in our local communities. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine. Passion for people and supporting local families by bringing Earth's resources to life.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Wheeler has been replaced. That is not Wheeler. That is number 10, Barron. And Hans has moved over to third base. And I'm trying to catch a number of who the new second baseman is. So Barron will be the pitcher. Hans will take his place at third base. And if I can catch the number, if he turns around enough to catch the number of the new second baseman, I'll let you know. But Wheeler gave up 1 through 2. He gave up a leadoff single to Dax Perkins, who came in to score the only run. And Dax Perkins will now be the leadoff hitter here. And I think I'm catching a number 8. That's what I'm going to go with as the second baseman, Christensen. Wheeler wasn't hitting anyway, so I think we're just going to have the same batting order. And just have defensive substitutions here. Dax Perkins leads it off. He is the catcher. And actually, Wheeler just moves to second base. So they just moved him, kept him in the game defensively because it was number 6. When I finally got a good look at it, it is number 6, not number 8. So exactly the same 9 players out there. They're just in different spots to lead off this bottom of the third inning. And Barron is your new pitcher. So Wheeler faced the order one time through. And now Barron delivers high for ball 1. Perkins would love to be that base runner that starts it off. He takes that one for a called strike. He's 1 for 1 in the game, and the Bears need base runners to get themselves back in this one. Only trailing by 2. He takes that one high for ball 2. Plenty of time left. We're only in the third inning, and Hume dealing well. Has only given up the 3 runs. They've both been on 2-out rallies. And there's a called strike. So now 2-2 is the count. Perkins will shorten his swing with a 2-2 count. Struck him out. There's the called strike for strike 3. That one looked like it might have been a little bit outside, but with a 2-2 count, with an 0-2 count, 2-strike count is what I'm trying to say, a 2-strike count. Maybe you try to foul that one off, but there's another Yusei Phillips 66 strikeout. Yoshimura fouls the first pitch off. He bunted, laid down the sacrifice bunt on his first at-bat, so this is his first time swinging the bat, and he fouls it off. 1 ball, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 3rd inning, and that one is a ball, outside and low. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Yoshimura, the shortstop. Takes up high for ball 2. Wheeler depended on movement for his pitches, and Barron is just throwing hard. So different approaches here for the 2 pitchers, and Yoshimura is going to foul that one off. Yoshimura definitely is one of his teammates' favorite players. They love playing with this young man. Great kid. This is his first year here. Came over from Japan to live with his aunt and uncle. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch, and that's behind him for ball 3. That one actually came closer than it should have to hitting his bat, which would have been a foul ball, even though he didn't swing. So here's the 3-2 pitch. Walked him. That one was high. So Yoshimura draws the walk, heads down to first base, and this brings Jack Hume to the plate. Jack walked back in the first inning, ended up being stranded at 3rd at the end of the inning. But now he steps in there with a runner at first and 1 out. Here's the pitch from Barron, and Hume is going to ground that one foul. Fielded down there by Dax Wood. He's got his glove on in the dugout, and he picks up that foul ball, saves it from hitting Coach Crane, and it's 0-1. And called strike 0-2 very quickly. He's been calling that pitch fairly consistently as long as it's high enough on that outside corner. Here's the 0-2 pitch now, throw over to first, not in time. Yoshimura dives back. And Barron set to deliver the 0-2 pitch to Jack Hume. And that one's too far outside. Snap throw down to first after the pitch, not in time. Yoshimura back. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to junior pitcher Jack Hume of the Bear Lake Bears here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, trailing 3-1. Yoshimura, the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Yoshimura's going, and he's gone. That was easy. He was there and done with his slide before that ball got there. That was a great steal. Hume took it for ball 2. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a runner now in scoring position for Jack. Base hit would score a run. Here's the pitch, and fooled him, struck him out. Hume knew it. That was I should have been swinging to that one because that's going to be a called strike. Either way, he sits down with another Yusei Phillips 66 strikeout, 2 in the inning now for Barron. The last 3 outs recorded by Snake River have all been via the strikeout. Here's Tyken Carlisle, who delivered the RBI. The 1 RBI the Bears have in the game was Tyken Carlisle's base hit back in the 1st inning. And that's outside, and it's going to get off past the catcher to the backstop. The wild pitch will allow Yoshimura to advance to 3rd base. And now Tyken, anything, probably scores a run, and Carlisle's hit to left field back in the first inning, scored the 1 run so far. So cleanup hitter today, Tyken Carlisle, the first baseman. Here's the 2-0 pitch. 3-0, missed. So now Carlisle can sit on his favorite pitch and see what Barron decides to do with him. Is he going to walk? And he does, just barely misses hitting him, and he walks him on 4 straight. So now the Bears have runners at the corners with 2 out. And this brings up Rylan Wilsonhume, who hit the pop fly into right field that looked like it was going to be to the right fielder, and he had to run a long ways to get to it because that wind knocked it down back in the first. Here's the 3, and Tyken Carlisle will dive back on the throw over to first. So Wolstenhume would like to find some grass with his baseball and score a run here with runners at first and third and 2 outs in a 3-1 ball game. And he takes for ball 1. I can tell by the look on Lisa's face she's not sure where it was. I'm going to say inside, but it's a guess. Looked good to me. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to second base, and it's going to eat him up. And he doesn't come up with it. Took a funny hop, and a run scores. Rylan Wilsonhume put it in play. Wheeler thought he had it. He looked down at his glove, and there was no ball there. And he does not make the play as it fell out of his glove, and runners now at first and second. A run scores 3-2 for Tate Ewing. Tate was the strikeout to end inning number 1, and he takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Waist high fastball. So now Carlisle at second. Swing and a miss right there, and Wolstenhume at first, but the ground ball scored a run. And the Bears have cut into this lead. Ewing takes outside for ball 1. Barron throwing hard. He works pretty quick. Carlisle takes the lead down at second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ewing has struck out twice in the game. And the first inning that way ended the third inning that way. But in both of those innings, the Bears get a run. So they only trail it by a single run after 3. 3-2. We'll be back with the 4th right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reynolds. I work here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. I'm a family physician trained in rural family medicine, and then I also do sports medicine. I grew up in Provo, Utah, played football at BYU, medical school at the University of Utah, then did my residency at the Family Medicine Residency of Idaho, and then after residency came here. I love the beauty, the place geographically here. I love the people, and I love that there's a certain type of get-it-done person that lives here and thrives here. Really any sports me and my family love. Jet skiing, being on the lake, ATVs, power sports, that kind of stuff. I think what I want you to know more than anything else is that I'm here for you, that I take that duty to you very seriously, and I want to provide you with the information or the guidelines that you need to make a good decision, and that I have your best interest at heart.
Goodwin, the batter for the Snake River Panthers, to lead off the third inning against Jack Hume. He grounded out to the first baseman, Carlisle, in his one at-bat. Swing and a miss there. Nice pitch. That was a beautiful pitch right there. Swing and a miss from Goodwin. And it's 0-1. Hume working quickly with no runners on. That is strike 2. Called strike, outside corner.
Opposite corners. That's very...
Up and in on the first one and low and away on the second one. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Struck him out in 3 pitches. The USAV Phil 66 strikeout to start the inning. And that was a good one. That fooled him. That was a breaking ball. And it froze him in his tracks. He didn't know what to do with it. Nice pitch there by Jack Hume to get the USAV Phil 66 strikeout. USAV Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure. Live to the full. Kawamura, the batter, he's the left fielder. He struck out in his first at-bat, and he gets hit by the pitch right there.
You could tell how he arched his back. He's like, that wouldn't hurt.
So Hume
Ouch.
gives the free pass to Kawamura by hitting him in the back, and that sets up the double play opportunity here for Christensen. As Christensen steps in, Christensen, the leadoff hitter, is 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to second base and walked. Throw over to the first, not in time. So Hume set to deliver. High and inside. It gets away from Perkins. And so Kawamura will slide into second. That one was just a little bit high. As Perkins reached up to grab it, it went off the top of his glove. And Kawamura now in scoring position with just 1 out. Called strike right there. Beautiful pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second. 3-2 ball game, top of the 4th inning, with the Snake River Panthers leading your Bear Lake Bears. And that's a high fly ball, deep left field. Is it going to stay fair? It's foul. Would have been a home run if it's fair, because I do think it made it over the fence. But that's the one where the wind probably saves the Bears a couple of runs right there, because that wind is pushing anything in the air to the east. And that one missed being a home run by being foul. And struck him out. Got him to swing at the outside fastball, swing and a miss. And that's the second Phillips 66 strikeout of the game. So what was just a few feet from being a 2-run home run turns into a strikeout on the very next pitch. And this brings David, the center fielder, who had a 2 RBI double back in the second inning. He takes outside for ball 1. Christensen on the day, David on the day is 1 for 2. He had the double and a strikeout, and he swings and misses there. Wheatley, the shortstop, is on deck, but the Bears hoping to get out of the inning right here with 2 outs. Runner at second base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Hume. He's found his groove these last couple innings after giving up 3 runs in the first 2 innings. Here he is, up 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs in the third. Runner goes, and the throwdown is not going to get him, and in fact, it's going to get into left field, and that's going to allow a run to score. So Kawamura stole third. The throw was outside of the bag, and Roberts couldn't get to it. It goes into left field, and Kawamura scores on the error. So a run scores, but it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count now to David. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Missed high. He has his 3-2. Did I miss a pitch? Because he just signaled 3-2.
Yeah, I don't think either one of you.
Oh, and there's a swing and a miss to end the inning. 3 strikeouts in the inning.
Yeah.
So 3 Phillips 66 strikeouts in the inning. But the walk and the throwing error, and a run scores. And so it's 4-2. Snake River leads the Bears, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 4th after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Nice job, Martin. Looking good. Oh, it's the funny car guy.
Hey, you got Napa know-how too, huh?
Yep. Well, Martin does go 200 miles an hour.
Ron breaks 304 seconds.
Yeah, in a straight line. That's real hard.
You drive in a circle.
You don't even steer.
Look at me.
Hey, you
I
two.
turn left.
Don't make me go get my can.
Your can's old.
Quiet! Matlock's on!
That's Daryl's can.
Boogity, boogity!
Bear Lake Bears trail the Snake River Panthers going into the bottom of the fourth by a score of 4-2. And Price will be a pinch hitting right here for Dax Wood. Wood in his one at bat struck out back in the second inning as the Bears went 1-2-3 in that second inning. That's the only 1-2-3 inning of the game for either team, was the bottom of the second. Bears and Panthers not in a 4-2 ball game. And a new pitcher again. So Barron only threw the one inning. He goes back to third base. And Hans, who's now in his third position in 4 innings, is now the pitcher. He starts with a high fastball for ball 1. That one was up in the zone right about the umpire's head. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Price. And he's going to hit a ground ball. Takes a funny hop and gets into center left field. It took a big hop and goes right over the glove of the shortstop who was in position, but it hit the edge of the dirt and skied into left field for the single. So nice way to start the inning for Price. And this brings, is this Feller? It's supposed to be Feller. I can't. And outside, ball 1. It is Feller. I had to wait till he turned his back so I could see his number. And that one's a called strike for strike 1. So Price, the runner at first, throw over is not going to be in time. He's safe. And the wind really still whipping it up out there. You can tell by the way everybody's bundled up in the stands. We're grateful we're up here. And Feller tries to lay down the bunt. It's a pop fly. It goes foul. So the bunt probably is off now because of a 2-strike count. 0-2 with runner at first. Nobody out. Bottom of the fourth inning, 4-2 ball game. Panthers in the lead on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare. Count on them to care. Visit them at blmhospital.com. Ooh.
That one looked outside to me. You and I have got different angles.
There's been a lot of those that's been that exact same pitch that's been a called strike, and that's going to be a foul ball off his hands.
That was a defensive swing as well.
Yeah. Riding on the hands for the foul ball.
Oh, whoops.
Here's the pitch, and that one is the called strike. So he will sit down with a USAFE Phil 66 strikeout. And we have another pinch hitter. This is number 6, Jace Transtrom, the senior, getting an at-bat on senior night. We'll see if he's subs back out defensively, and that is a called strike. Here is the 0-1 pitch with runner at first. And Transtrom fouls that one down the first baseline. So Roberts in his one at-bat struck out back in the first inning. And this is Transtrom's first at-bat in a while. He's the senior that's been injured. It's more of his throwing that's going to be affected as he takes outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Price with the leadoff single is the base runner at first. And Transtrom would love to move him over right here. Fouls that one straight back, just got underneath it. Back off the screen. So we'll do the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch again. And again, I'm not sure Snake River strategy because both Wheeler and Hans, Barron that pitched the first 2 innings, did a good job. And a great jump there by Price. He stole the base without a throw. As Transtrom took low and inside for ball 2. So 2-2 now, runner in scoring position. And a base hit right here scores a run for Transtrom. Here's the pitch, and he's going to foul that one off. Good defensive swing there. Sometimes that's all you can do with the pitch is foul it back. And that's what he did right there. So we'll do the 2-2 all over again. Price, the runner at second. Hans delivers. Transtrom, knuckleball off his hands, and it's going to be fair. He's going to be out at first, but Price will move down to third. That was a spinner, and it hit the grass and just died in fair territory. Hans over to field it and gets Transtrom out at first, but the runner does move to third. And now we're back at the top of the order to Dax Perkins. Dax on the day is 1 for 2. Swings and misses at that one. He has a single. He came around to score after that single, and then he struck out. Right there, he swings and misses. But both of those were against different pitchers, as this is the third pitcher of the game. Inside for ball 1. Price, the runner at third, will be going on this crack of the bat with 2 outs. So he should score on just about anything if Perkins can hit safely. And Perkins takes low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. 4-2 is your score. Bottom of the 4th inning. Bears trying to cut further into this Panther lead. And Perkins will take inside. That was a breaking ball that just didn't come quite far enough back in. It looked like it was going to be way inside. And by the time it got to the plate, it was close. Here's the 3-1. Outside, ball 4. Walked him. And now the umpire is going to call timeout. I was making sure I knew what was going on there because he stepped out quickly but then didn't do anything. I think he was just waiting for Perkins to get down to first base so we could call timeout and clean home plate. Snake River coach will come out and talk it over with his pitcher, Yoshimura, the shortstop, who has a sacrifice bunt and a walk in his 2 at-bats so far in this game. And then he came around to score. Ultimately, he was run number 2 in this game. Will be the batter with runners at first and third. Perkins likely to look to steal here to get 2 runners in scoring position. And he doesn't, and Yoshimura takes for strike 1. So runners at the corners with 2 outs for Yoshimura. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. 0-2, beautiful pitch, belt high, inside corner. And Yoshimura, just like that, down 2 strikes. Hans working quickly, and it doesn't look like they're doing much to hold the runner at first base. Kind of surprised Perkins hasn't gone here. We'll see with 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch. Check swing foul. And that was high and inside, but Yoshimura was in the process of swinging. It hit off his bat, and it's a foul ball. So we'll do the 0-2 all over again. Hans and Barron, the last 2 pitchers, have been very similar. And Perkins does go. He'll have to go back. He was going to be in at second easily. I don't know that Hans is even looking over at him. So Perkins will go back, but he was almost to second base by the time the pitch got to the plate. He's going again. Struck him out. Yoshimura strikes out looking. That ends the threat in the 4th. And we'll go to the 5th. 4-2. Panthers lead it on the SVI Sports Network.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. We have very competent and successful providers that provide the best care possible. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. As a hospital, we're really, really proud of what we are able to provide. It's an all-encompassing department that is very, very much needed.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
Bears trail at 4-2 after 4. Left a runner at third. after Price reached on a single to start the inning. He's able to advance around to third base, but the Bears could not bring him in. And they thus go to the top of the fifth, trailing by a score of 4-2. Jack Hume has gone all the way as the pitcher for the Bear Lake Bears. He's thrown 92 pitches, so he's got a few left. They can throw 110 in a game. And because he is still the starting pitcher, he can finish any batter he faces in the game, even if his pitch count exceeds 110 when after the at-bat starts, he can finish that batter. Jace Transtrom will stay in the game down at third base. And it looks like, can't tell if that's Price or Wood in left field. It's too far out there. And that one's in the dirt for ball one. Wheatley has walked and struck out in this game. He started as the pitcher, and now he's playing second base. Ball two. No, he's the shortstop. Wrong Wheatley. Wrong batter, I should say. Not wrong Wheatley. Wrong batter. Wheeler started the game as the pitcher. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to get out of play for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out, nobody on. 4-2 Snake River on your SVI, your Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. And there is a rip into left field for a single. And the ball gets away as it comes in, but it doesn't change anything, as Carlisle was over there quickly to scoop it up. And the leadoff line drive is just a single. This is Gillens now the batter. Gillens is the DH today. He has walked and struck out in his 2 at-bats. And now he steps in there with a runner at first and nobody out here in the 5th inning. It's been a quick game, low-scoring game. And the pitch is in the dirt, and so the stolen base by Wheatley without a throw, because by the time he got up out of his stance with the low fastball, nothing he could do there. So a stolen base by Wheatley. And it's a 1 ball, no strike count. Now with runner in scoring position to Gillens, who takes high for ball 2. So 2-0. Hume has thrown 98 pitches now, so he's getting towards the end of his day one way or another. Throw down to second, not in time. Wheatley steps back on the bag. And with the game tomorrow, I'm sure Coach Crane would like to see Hume get out of this inning at least, so he doesn't have to use too many more pitchers. 3-0 count now. Gillens taken all the way, and that one is in there for a called strike. So the leadoff single by Wheatley. He then stole second, and he's down there for Gillens in scoring position with a 3-1 count. Gillens has already walked once in the game, and he's going to foul that one off. So now the count is full after going 3-0. Hume has worked it to a full count, 3-2. He struck out Gillens in his last at bat, and he misses high with that one. Ball 4. So the first 2 runners of the inning are on base. Hans, who has played 3 positions, started the day at second. He moved over to third, and now he is the pitcher currently in the game. He is going to be the batter with 2 runners on. And Cameron Crane, the Bear Lake coach, will come in. I think he's going to make a pitching change right here. Jack's at 102 pitches, so he's only maybe got 1 or 2 more batters in him anyway. And it is going to be a pitching change. We'll take a break on the SVI Sports Network, come back and tell you all about it right after this.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
So Cameron Roberts, the junior who started the day at third base, he'll re-enter the game, but this time as the pitcher. Jack Hume will step over to third base, so that will put Cameron Roberts back in the lineup, hitting in the spot he hit in the beginning. So Roberts now the pitcher. And Hans, the batter, hitting from the left side. Called strike. Nice pitch to start off this inning for Roberts. So the runners at first and second belong to Jack Hume if you're scoring at home. A single and a walk are how they got there. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Ewing coming in. He's going to make the catch for the out. So Roberts.
He had to run a long way.
Yeah, that was a long run for that fly ball. Roberts comes in and gets the first batter. It was a short fly ball into shallow left center field. Ewing made a good play on it and gets the first out.
And keeps the runners on their bases.
Jorgensen, who's 0 for 2 in the game, struck out and grounded out in his first 2 at-bats. Takes ball 1. So he's 0 for 2, but he's got a chance right here to break this game open as the Panthers have runners at first and second. Roberts will go to second with the throw, not in time, as Wheatley gets back. Got to keep him close with 2 out. With only 1 out, you don't want to give him a head start. Roberts to the plate this time. Foul ball, straight back. Out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Top of the 5th inning here with the Panthers leading the Bears 4-2. Roberts delivers outside. Beautiful stop by Perkins to keep that one in front of him. So 2 balls and a strike. Roberts will check the runner at second and then come to the plate. Called strike. Nice pitch. Strike 2. 2-2. Count is even. And we'll see what happens here on the 2-2 pitch with just 1 out here in the 5th. And it's going to be a ground ball to second in time to get the run. Throw down goes over to third to chase back the runner. That one was one that Carlisle was kind of in between. Do I go get it? And take it myself? Do I let Feller get it? Feller did come over and get it.
He made the right choice.
The batter was out at first. Both runners do advance, but now 2 outs. And outside for ball 1 to Barron. Barron is 0 for 1 in the game. He walked and then struck out in his 2 at-bats. He's now playing third base over there. He pitched an inning. just high with the off-speed pitch. So it's 2 balls, no strikes. Roberts has come in and retired 2 outs after the first 2 runners the inning got on, but now runners at second and third. Roberts will go to third with a throw over. Wheatley back in time. 2-0 is the count with 2 outs. Roberts checks Wheatley at third, comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch, fooled him there. And Barron, the third baseman, is the number 7 batter in the order. He pitched a good inning. With the 1 inning, he did come in to pitch. And he takes that one outside for ball 3. (4-2) ball game, 3-1 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. And that's going to be a little ground ball. Feller will
Great
stop it. Oh, but he can't come up in time to make the throw. So 1 run will score. But then
He's
out of the
out.
plate.
Yep.
1 run does score, but the Bears do get the out at home. So the error does allow a run, but we still end the inning. It's going to be 5-2 as we come back for the bottom of the 5th after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Go here, go there, go anywhere with Phillips 66.
Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Not on the. There we go.
We're back for the bottom of the 5th. The Panthers do score 1 on the tough play. Feller did a good job just knocking it down. If he would have come up with it cleanly, he could have got out the out at first. But he made the heads-up play by throwing home when he did get up and caught the Panthers trying to steal 2 runs. They get 1. They don't get the second. So it is 5-2 as the Bears come up here in the bottom of the 5th. Jack Hume is 0 for 1 on the day as a batter. He walked and then struck out. That's been common. There's a lot of players on both teams we've said that about. They've got a walk and a strikeout in their at-bats. So he pitched the first 5 2/3 innings. No, the first 4 innings, because I guess he didn't record any outs. So officially he pitched 4 innings work today. Gave up 5 runs technically because that run that scored did reach on a single that he gave up in his last inning pitching because he did start the 5th inning. He'll now be the leadoff hitter followed by Carlisle and Wolstenhume as the batters. And he'll take high for ball 1. Hume, who, if you don't know, blew out his ACL during the football season, had to miss basketball season, but he's back for baseball and doing well. And takes that one for a called strike. He was telling Coach it was low. I'll have a tendency to agree with Jack on that one, but it's 1 ball, 1 strike. That's what you get. Why you get 3 of them. And then he puts that one in play, high infield fly ball. It's going all over the place, and Hans does come over and make the catch, but Barron. But just barely. That almost fell.
Well, it looked like the pitcher was going to go for it, and then it definitely was moving in the air.
Yeah, right off the bat, the pitcher, Hans, just pointed up like, oh, you guys got it. Then he started going for it, and then all of a sudden, here comes Barron, and he barely got underneath it. And Carlisle takes in the dirt for ball 1. Carlisle is 1 for 1. He does have an RBI in this game, and then he walked, so he's been on base both times. He's been at the plate. He had the RBI single back in the first. And he swings and misses at that one. The off speed fooled him. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bears need base runners right here. Hans, in his second inning work, induces the ground ball to the second baseman. Wheeler up with it in time to get the out at first. So 2 up, 2 down. Bears need something here. A 2-out rally would be great, and it's going to be up to Mr. Rylan Wolstenhume, the right fielder, who's 0 for 2 on the day. He's flied out and grounded out, both to the right side. The fly out was one that the wind held it up there just long enough for Goodwin to come in from his position in right field and make the catch. He takes high for ball 1. That was an off-speed pitch that got away from him, just stayed up there high. So it's 1 ball, 1 no strikes to Wolstenhume. And then he fouls that one off, out of play. This has been a quick game. We're already bottom of the 5th inning with 2 outs, and we haven't even been going an hour and a half yet. Softball game will start at 4. And as soon as this game ends, we'll swap on over and bring you that game. And Wolstenhume fouls that one off. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tate Ewing, the center fielder for the Bears, on deck if Wolstenhume can get on, followed by Price, who's 1 for 1 in the game, Feller and Roberts. Struck him out. There's a USAA Phillips 66 strikeout to end the inning. The Bears go in order in the 5th. They trail it by 3, 5-2. We'll be back with the 6th inning after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Discover your future with Simplot, where a multitude of career opportunities await. Whether you're interested in mining, agriculture, engineering, technology, manufacturing, management, or a number of additional options, Simplot offers not just a job, but a truly satisfying and rewarding career. Explore our diverse range of positions and find where you belong. Visit Simplot.com to view available positions locally and across the United States. That's Simplot.com, a world of career opportunities.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reynolds. I work here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. I'm a family physician trained in rural family medicine, and then I also do sports medicine. I grew up in Provo, Utah, played football at BYU, medical school at the University of Utah, then did my residency at the Family Medicine Residency of Idaho, and then after residency came here. I love the beauty, the place geographically here. I love the people, and I love that there's a certain type of get-it-done person that lives here and thrives here. Really any sports me and my family love. Jet skiing, being on the lake, ATVs, power sports, that kind of stuff. I think what I want you to know more than anything else is that I'm here for you, that I take that duty to you very seriously, and I want to provide you with the information or the guidelines that you need to make a good decision, and that I have your best interest at heart.
Cameron Roberts, starting his 2nd inning of work in relief of Jack Hume, delivers strike 1 to Goodwin, who's 0 for 2 in the game. He's grounded out and struck out. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Bears trail at 5-2. Panthers looking to sweep the series if they can hold on to beat the Bears here at home. It was 7-6 in Snake River. It's 5-2 right now for Snake River here in Bear Lake. And there's a little loop right up the middle. Yoshimura is going to come over to first in time. Nice play by Yoshimura. That was a pop fly just high enough to get over the head of the pitcher, Roberts. Yoshimura scoops it up in front of second base, throws to first in time for out number 1. So that's 4 batters in a row now retired by Roberts in this game. Kawamura, the left fielder, is 0 for 1, takes ball 1. He has struck out and was hit by a pitch, are his 2 at-bats. He came around to score after being hit by that pitch. And he's going to be hit by a pitch again. Twice in this game.
Well, we got to even out the bruises.
And that brings Christensen to the plate. Christensen, the leadoff hitter, is 0 for 2 in the game. He's grounded out, walked, and struck out in his 3 plate appearances so far. Here he is with a runner at first and 1 out. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. The umpire called timeout, but they're going to give the stolen base. So not sure what happened there. But Kawamura stole without a throw. That off-speed pitch just misses on the outside corner for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at second, 1 out. After the hit by pitch, and now Christensen stands in there and takes outside ball 3. So Roberts, who had retired the first 4 batters he faced, hit Kawamura, and now he's behind 3 balls and no strikes to Christensen. Oh, I was ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 balls and no strikes. So Christensen stands in there, 3-0. Nice pitch, 3-1.
As a batter, you kind of have to let that one go.
Yeah, you're
so far ahead.
You're looking at your favorite pitch, and if it's not your favorite pitch, you let it go. Here's the 3-1 pitch now. Roberts will throw to second, keep Kawamura close. Don't want to give him a head start. So here's the 3-1 pitch now. And it's a walk. So after getting the ground ball to start the inning, a hit by pitch and a walk, and now first and second with just 1 out. David, who is 1 for 3, but the 1 was a 2-run double. He's struck out the other 2 times. That's why some people get too upset about batting averages. His 2-run double is the difference in this game right now. 3-2 and 5-2 are very different scores. The 2 strikeouts are not what you're going to remember in this game from him at this point. You're going to remember the double if you're a Panthers fan. 5-2 is your score. Here's the pitch. Swing, pop fly, and it's going to be just out of play. The wind took that one out. Roberts, Hume, and Perkins all gave chase, but it goes as a foul ball. Strike 1. As it hit the net, and I think it went a lot further out than they expected it to when the ball first came off the bat. Here's the 0-1 pitch now, as Robert looks at the runner at second. Delivers inside and high for ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch with 1 out. Runners at first and second. A hit by pitch and a walk, and ball 2. Just missed the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike now. That's one he's called a strike. Sometimes he's called a ball. And that's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch right there by Roberts. So 2-2, count is even with 1 out and runners at first and second. Roberts would love to get out of this inning without allowing any more runs. The Bears already need to make up 3 in the last 2 innings, and he struck him out. The swing and the miss, and there's a U-save. Phillips 66 strikeout. U-save. Phillips 66, live to the full where your convenience is our pleasure. Wheatley comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a single in his 3 plate appearances in the game. Roberts now with 2 outs. He's going to look at the base runner at second base, deliver, and that's going to be foul ball. Going to bounce off the bullpen and into left field for strike 1. Oh, 1 now the count. Wheatley, the shortstop, steps in there. Roberts look at you. Kawamura at second. And deliver must have been high. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out. Runners at first and second. Roberts delivers. Hits him. Right between the shoulder blades. That one, on a cold day like this, that one does not feel good.
His face said so.
And Wheatley's about the only one out there on either team that's in short sleeves. So that definitely doesn't feel good. So now bases are full of Panthers for Gillens, who's 0 for 1, and he has walked twice, I'm going to say, because I knew this is his 4th plate appearance, so he has walked, grounded out, and walked in his 3 previous. No, this is not Gillens. This is a pinch hitter. This is number 2, and he takes high for ball 1. And I don't have a number 2 on the lineup. So we're going to create a player. He takes outside, and that's going to get away, and that's going to score a run. Off the glove of Perkins. And it goes out of play. So it will be a run will score on. You call it a wild pitch, you could call it a pass ball, either one you want, but either way, a run scores. And that's going to do it for Roberts. I think he was just trying to get to a certain pitch count anyway there, because I unless coach is saying I've seen enough. That one was a little bit of a wild pitch there, so he will bring in a substitute. We'll be back and tell you all about it right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, it's not only about mining phosphate for production of crop nutrients that support western U.S. farmers and ranchers. It's about supporting our employees, neighbors, and local communities and their families. From providing quality competitive jobs to being an active partner in our local communities. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine. Passion for people and supporting local families by bringing Earth's resources to life.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Loker will be the new pitcher. He inherits runners at second and third, and it's 6-2. There are 2 outs. It's a 2-0 count. As Roberts, that last pitch, low and away, and I think it fooled Perkins, because that's one he usually comes up with, but I think it handcuffed him because I think he expected a different location. Doesn't come up with it. It bounces out of play, so all 3 runners advance. A run scores, and it's 6-2. So Cortland Loker will be the pitcher now for the Bears, and Mr. I don't have a name on the roster who will be the batter because he was not in our computer system here, so I'm not. Maybe I can see. And it looks like Phillips is his last name. And he takes outside, called strike, outside corner. So Phillips now batting. He came into pinch run for Gillens and stayed in the game. Swing and a miss right there. So 2 pitches, 2 strikes from Loker. Trying to end the inning right here without any more runs scoring to keep the Bears in striking distance. It is 6-2. And that one's in the dirt, but blocked well by Perkins. It just trickles out of the batter's box for ball 1. 3-2 is now the count. Loker's only thrown 3 pitches. The first 2 balls were courtesy of Roberts, and he walks him to load up the bases. This brings up Hans, who's pitched the last couple innings. He's 1 out of 2 in the game with a walk, singled, walked, and had a fly ball to center field in his 3 at-bats. He steps in here with the bases loaded. This is a big at-bat for both teams right here. Called strike on the first pitch. Nice pitch there from Loker.
That was pretty.
That last walk is not too disastrous in the sense that it now makes a force at every base. And there is a ground ball. Yoshimura
Good.
will toss over to second base in time. And that ends the inning. So Loker comes in and induces the ground ball out, and the Bears get out of the inning, only giving up one. We'll be back with the bottom of the sixth after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Nice job, Martin. Looking good. Oh, it's the funny car guy.
Hey, you got Napa know-how too, huh?
Yep.
Well, Martin does go 200 miles an hour.
Ron breaks 304 seconds.
Yeah, in a straight line. That's real hard.
You drive in a circle.
You don't even steer.
Look at me.
Hey, you
I
two.
turn left.
Don't make me go get my can.
Your can's old.
Quiet! Matlock's on!
That's Daryl's can.
Boogity, boogity!
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. We have very competent and successful providers that provide the best care possible. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. As a hospital, we're really proud of what we are able to provide. It's an all-encompassing department that is very, very much needed.
Bears need base runners. They trail it by 4, 6-2 in the bottom of the sixth inning. Tate Ewing will be the batter for the Bear Lake Bears. He's 0 for 2 on the day, and he has struck out both times. I think they were both to different pitchers, though, as this is the third pitcher of the game for Snake River. Caleb Hans, now in his third inning of work, has yet to give up a run. Both Bear Lake Bears runs scored earlier in the game. Ewing, the center fielder for the Bears, swings and misses at the first pitch. 35 pitches in the game for Hans now, so he's got plenty left. And here's the 0-1 pitch, and that one's going to be roped into right center field. It's going to drop for a single. So Tate Ewing with the leadoff single. That's what the Bears needed. And that line drive fielded by Goodwin, but not before Ewing gets to first base. And this brings up Tayson Price, who subbed in and got a nice little single his first at-bat in his leadoff role. Well, he led off the inning. That one he swings and misses. Back in the, I want to say the fourth inning when he subbed in. So here's the 0-1 pitch. Instead, they're going to go over to first, not in time. Ewing back. So we'll do the 0-1 all over again. Price, like I said, 1 for 1 on the day after subbing in for Dax Wood in left field. Takes that one for a called strike. Now he's down 0-2. Feller and then Loker are the next two Bear Lake batters. And Price is going to just loop this one. It's going to be an infield single as he just stuck the bat out there to avoid the strikeout. And it falls and just drops dead in the dirt for an infield single right in front of the second baseman. And Ewing, who was on the move, probably is why that's safe, because Wheeler had gone over to cover his bag. And because he had gone over to cover the bag, he was out of position, couldn't make the catch on little blue plop fly. So it goes as a infield single. And now coming to the bat is not Feller, it is Cook. Carver Cook. Now the pinch hitter takes outside for ball one. So Taysom Price now 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles, and there's 2 runners on with nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. Bear Lake Bears looking to come back And that's going to be a high pop fly. I think it's going to get out of play, and it does, for a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carver Cook, the freshman, subbing in to bat for Feller here in the bottom of the 6th with runners at first and second after Ewing and Price both hit singles. Takes inside. Ball 2. And that was a little breaking ball that just didn't break enough back over the plate. So 2 balls and a strike. Oh. Wow. Called strike, and that was low and away. Yeah. And then Cook is going to hit a ground ball. Hope the Bears can get it, avoid the double play. First is not in time, so just the out at second. So that pitch, the call doesn't turn out to matter because the ground ball.
What are we? Oh, we got another sub.
Substitution again. This is no, Loker is the batter. He subbed in as pitcher, so this one he did. I think they're just making sure that they knew it wasn't just a defensive sub. So now runners at first and second with 1 out after the ground ball. They tried to get the double play, only record the 1. Throw over not in time. Ewing at third, Cook at first. Loker, who ended that inning as the last inning as the pitcher, is the batter with 1 out. Another throw over to first base. This time got him, picked him off.
Someone below us didn't like that call.
And from here, I would agree with it.
Yeah.
I thought it looked like the throw was there in time.
I did too.
So Cook is erased, and now Bears need a 2-out hit to score a run. And Loker takes the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. No, I have 1 ball.
Oh.
But on the board, they don't have 1.
No.
And Loker's going to rip it down to third.
Oh, that was
and
a good
it's going to
hit.
score a run. The third baseman cannot make the play, and a run scores. So Loker with the ground ball reaches on an error, but it doesn't matter how you get there. It's a run. So now that pickoff is really big because we'd have runners at first and second and only 1 out. Dax Perkins, the sophomore catcher, is in the box. He is 1 out of 2 on the day. He has singled, struck out, and walked in his 3 plate appearances. Fouls that one back. If the Bears don't come all the way back, that pickoff is going to be one. That throw over by Hans that picked off Carver Cook is going to possibly loom big. And Perkins takes that one low for ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike. One run in here in the bottom of the 6th. The Bears have cut the lead to 3. And Perkins nearly wore that one inside. 3-1 is the count. This would bring up Yoshimura would be the batter if Perkins can get himself on here with 2 outs. And they're going to call that one strike 2. So full count now. 3-2 pitch is a big one. Perkins would love to get himself on base. Give Yoshimura a chance. And it's a ground ball to third. This time he comes up with it over to first in time. For out number 3, that'll end the inning. The Bears get 1. We'll go to the top of the 7th right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, There's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
Top of the 6th inning, Bears trail it by a score of 6-3 as the Panthers look to put up some insurance runs, and Loker looks to get the Bears a chance. And the batter is Jackson Jorgensen. He's 0 for 3 in the game. He's the number 6 batter in the lineup. He has struck out and grounded out twice. Loker delivers the 0-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 is the count. 6-3 is the score. 7th inning here on the Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard, and Loker will hit Jackson Jorgensen in the back with that pitch. So leadoff batter is aboard, and this brings up Colt Barron, who's 0 for 2. He's the third baseman. He's the one that made that last play to end the inning. He's walked, struck out, and reached on an error in this game. That reached on an error was crucial, though, because a run did score. It was the final out of the inning, but a run scored anyway to make it 6-2 back in the 5th inning. And that's high for ball 1. It was the play that didn't get the out at first, but ended up getting the out at home as Run attempted to score, but the run in front of him did score. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swinging on a miss. Big swing there. That would have been that one might still be flying if he would have got a hold of it, but he doesn't. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Loker. Got him to foul that one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So with pitch counts, it makes it interesting in baseball. It's much different than softball. With the pitch count rules, Coach Crane has to think about who he's going to pitch tomorrow as well. Plus, he's got the district tournament coming up next Thursday, as that one's low outside and in the dirt. So that's why you bring in a freshman in this situation, because you got to save some of the other arms so they can pitch tomorrow versus Marsh Valley. Throw over on the 2-2 is not in time as Jorgensen dives back. Loker set to deliver the 2-2 pitch and is low for ball 3. Here's the full count pitch, and it's going to be a foul ball. We'll do it all over again. Nobody out. Runner at first got there by getting hit by the pitch. Loker will look over, make sure it keeps the runner honest. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Foul ball again. Colt Barron just getting enough of these pitches to stay alive because they're outside corner fastballs, and he's just getting his bat on them enough to stay alive. Here's the 3-2 pitch again, and another foul ball. And this time the runner was going. Jorgensen has to put on the brakes. He'll go back to first base. And swing and a miss, got him.
That was almost a tackle.
Yeah, as Perkins came out of the box to try to make the throw down to second, and Barron came out of the box because they thought it was a drop third strike. They collide. Jorgensen does steal the base on the play, but the strikeout is the first out of the inning. And this brings the number 8 hitter Goodwin to the plate. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Grounded out, struck out, and grounded out in his 3 at-bats. Here's the pitch, strike one. Nice pitch there by Loker. Top of the 7th inning, 6-3. Snake River is your score. And there's a foul ball. It's going to be 0-2. And that one, as you can hear, hit just above us.
Mm-hmm.
We are so grateful on a windy, cold day like today that we're inside of a nice box that can protect us from those foul balls.
Yep.
Here's the 0-2 pitch now from Loker. Struck him out. That's the second you save Phillips 66 strikeout of the inning. You save Phillips 66 where your convenience is our pleasure. And Kawamura coming to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He's reached base twice by being hit. He's kind of had a magnet today for that ball. He's been hit twice. Once by Hume, once by Roberts. Loker, the third pitcher of the day to face him, gets him to swing and miss for strike one. So 2 outs, but there is a runner in scoring position down there at second base. Kawamura is the number 9 hitter in the order. Ooh, just high. To about half the Bear Lake lineup that's a lot taller. That one's probably a called strike, but to Kawamura, that was a high fastball. So here is the 1-1 pitch. Fouled back right over our heads, out of play. That time it didn't hit us. It went clear back into the other field. But it's 1 ball now, 2 strikes with 2 out. Runner at 2 and a 3-run lead for the Snake River Panthers over the Bear Lake Bears. Cortland Loker trying to finish off the inning and give the Bears a chance. And that one's going to be in the dirt, and the runner will advance to third. So ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And now a wild pitch potentially scores another run. That's why you'd like to keep him at third. And Kawamura stands in there, 2-2 count. Loker set to deliver. High for ball 3. The count is full. Back to the top of the order, so I'm sure Loker would like to get out of the inning right here and not have to face the top of the order, the top of the lineup of the Snake River Panthers. And that's going to be a high pop fly. It's going to get out of play. You heard that one hit us. They wouldn't have actually hit right on us because they are just off to my right, but still right above our heads, close enough it wouldn't have been comfortable if we weren't inside of a building protected by a net and a roof. We'll do the full count, 3-2 count all over again. If Christensen does come up, he has grounded out, struck out, and walked twice in the game. But Loker would like to not give him the chance, and that's going to be another foul ball, pop fly. This time, Perkins is underneath it. That's the out number 3. The 7th inning is, top of the 7th inning is over. The Bears will have to score 3 to stay alive. We'll be back to see if they can do it in the bottom of the 7th after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Go there. Go anywhere with Phillips 66.
Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Discover your future with Simplot, where a multitude of career opportunities await. Whether you're interested in mining, agriculture, engineering, technology, manufacturing, management, or a number of additional options, Simplot offers not just a job, but a truly satisfying and rewarding career. Explore our diverse range of positions and find where you belong. Visit Simplot.com to view available positions locally and across the United States. That's Simplot.com, a world of career opportunities.
If you're the Bear Lake Bears, this is where you want to be in your batting lineup if you're looking to put up runs to come back. You got your 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Yoshimura, Hume, and Carlisle. Bears trail at 6-3. Heading to the bottom of the 7th here on the SVI Sports Network. Your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard shows the Bears have got to have a comeback if they're going to get the win. Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare, you can count on them to care. Visit them at blmhospital.com. Yoshimura is 0 for 1 on the day. He has got a sacrifice bunt, a walk, and a strikeout. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Caleb Hans has come in and thrown 54 pitches so far through the 3 innings he's pitched. This is his 4th inning of work. And
Ouch.
he hits Yoshimura. Leadoff batter is aboard with a hit by pitch. And Hans didn't think he hit him, but the umpire says he did. Hans was kind of surprised when the umpire pointed to first base and gave him the hit by pitch. But that brings Jack Hume up. Jack Hume is 0 for 2 on the day. He is also walked. And he takes outside for ball 1. So the speedy shortstop, Yoshimura, down at first. Bears need base runners here as they're down by 3. Hume takes outside for ball 2. Hans working very quickly, even with a runner over there at first. Not really looking over there too much to hold him on. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and Hume's going to rifle that one into left field.
Oh, no.
Wind's going to hold it up, and it's going to be caught. And Yoshimura was almost to second base by the time that one came down. So he'll retreat back to first, and that long fly ball is out number 1. So Bears down to their final 2 outs. Tyken Carlisle, who's 1 out of 2 on the day, he also has a walk, RBI single, and a walk. Swings and misses at that one, strike 1. So Carlisle got that RBI on his first at bat back in the first inning to tie the game at 1. Is going to rifle that one right at the third baseman, and that's going to be a double play to end the game. Carlisle rifled that, but Barron didn't even have to move. And the line drive induces the double play, ends the game. What could have been a double down the line instead is a game-ending line drive, double play. The Bears drop this one to the Snake River Panthers. Final score 6-3. And the Bears will now face Marsh Valley tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. is their next game. We're going to take a very short post-game show here. We're just going to say thank you for watching because we're right back with softball. And that game is less than an hour from first pitch, so we'll be back on the air shortly. Steel man of the game, our Southeast Idaho Steel man of the game. I don't know, Tyken Carlisle had an RBI. Loker came in, had some. You know what? I'm going to go Taysom Price. He came in and went 2 for 2 in relief and in big moments. So I'm going to give him the player of the game off the bench, as he was 2 for 2 at the plate in a situation where the Bears needed hits. They needed base runners, and he was provided that. So we'll give it to Price off the bench in the loss as the Southeast Idaho Steel man of the game. We'll be back with softball. We'll be back on the air in about 30, 40 minutes. We just got to move our equipment over, and we'll talk more about wrapping this game up, what's coming up next for everybody when we come back in about 30 minutes on the SVI Sports Network.